Today I went and got some wood chips from our municipal composting center, and this whole load of 1 yard only cost about $5. Well, it cost $5, not about. Today I'm going to be using it to level out the ground in my greenhouse. Sorry it's so loud, I'm right next to a road where I have to unload this, but I'm going to be leveling out the ground in my greenhouse. Out there, I'm going to be using those wood chips to level out the ground in the greenhouse, and I'm also going to be using them in my chicken coop as coverage down on the ground. The chickens need something to absorb the poop and everything else that they're dropping out, and we've had the last few days and weeks, actually, really, here in Logan, it's been really wet with lots of snowfalls and some rain, and so I don't want them tromping around too much in the mud, and especially when the mud gets mixed with their poop. I have laid down leaves like I did in other videos, but the wood chips are going to last a little bit longer, and once again I can still compost them like I already do with their poop. I went through the chicken coop earlier this week and cleaned up a lot of stuff right before we got a big snowfall, and then today I just want to get all these pieces in and start getting the greenhouse ready to start some plants in. So I'm planning on showing that off. So I'm out here in the greenhouse. If you guys remember past videos, for those who've been here for a while, I had some corn set up right there, and same with those sunflowers, just to let them dry out so I can harvest them. That's all the corn. I need to take care of them, but the main thing I want to get in is the wood chips on the floor, and I'm going just to fill them up to the top here. It's going to do two things. One, it's going to allow, when water drips down on it, to seep in and out of the greenhouse, so it's not going to become a muddy mess in here. But the second thing it's going to do is act as an insulation against all the bottom wood and make it so air doesn't circulate too much from the bottom. So I'm going to start bringing them in wheelbarrow by wheelbarrow until this thing's full. I'm debating on whether I want to move those out of the way or just slide the brick such that I can get the wood chips around it. I'm probably just going to slide the brick so I can get the wood chips around it. But I'm going to go get started on this and update you on the process once that's done, and then show how I'm putting them in the chicken coop. So this is what it's like now with all of that wood chips in here. It's really nice. I like the smell. Makes me feel like I'm in a forest. I think it's going to really do the trick to keep it somewhat insulated from the ground creeping in, and keeping it from getting muddy when we go to set plants and stuff. Those jugs of water I put in here just as some thermal mass to try to keep the thing warm. It's not that much, so it's probably not really doing a big dent in it, but now with this in, I'm really going to start getting ready to put plants in, and probably get a couple more shelves in here, and we'll start our seeds. The next thing I'm going to now do with the wood chips is put them in the chicken coop. Put them in the chicken coop, it's going to be a lot easier than this, because I'm not going to worry about spreading them so much to make it level. The chickens will do that for me. They'll see that big pile and be like, hey, what's this? And just go right through it. So basically I'm just going to dump them up over the edge into the coop and let them have at it. So I'm currently inside my chicken coop, and this is what I'm really trying to avoid. To stop it from happening over here, I went and bought some pine shavings. It's a lot finer material than these wood chips, but it basically just covers up the mud and does some absorption. The wood chips I'm going to be putting down is like this. There's some fairly large pieces that get through their shredder, but it's going to be just as absorbent as this, but it's also going to make a really good material to compost. And the reason why it's going to be a really good material to compost is because this is a mixture of all of the trees that people have cut down throughout my valley. I noticed there's a lot of pine in there and a lot of cedar, which those are very common ornamentals, but I know that there's lots of maple, in this valley, and lots of other just random types of trees that end up down at the municipal waste that get ground into this, what they call their premium wood chips. There's also quite a bit of dust shavings, which will also act as an absorption for any of the nitrates in the chicken poop. And that's what really starts to make things stink, is those nitrates breaking down. So these wood chips are going to act as a barrier between that and help reduce the smell, and also keep it from getting muddy. And sometime next fall, I'll come in and scoop some of this out, throw it into my compost bin for that to start composting down, and I'll bring in some more wood chips to just keep layered on top of that. The other nice thing about using these is it's just going to be organic material back into the ground. So when I move from here, we could just rake this out and it will be pretty fertile, and it won't take the landlord much more work. I'm planning on doing as much as I can when I do leave to clean up, or even us. We could literally scoop it up and throw it give it away to other people who want to compost it. The other great thing about it is how cheap it is. The pine shavings that you guys saw that I had down, that was like $9. I got a yard of this stuff, of this premium wood chips, for $5. So to give you an idea, that would be probably like five of those bags of the wood chips to get the same quantity. I mean, not of the wood chips, of the pine shavings, to get the same quantity of these wood chips. The other thing that I like about going to the municipal and buying wood chips rather than going and buying the bag ones, yeah, the smaller bags are easier to maneuver. I could get them into the small coop a lot easier and spread them around. But by going there, I'm reducing my carbon footprint, because I don't know where these stores are buying in these bag chips from. They could be from a different state, a different county, and that forces a truck to have to bring them to me. Whereas these, it's just my gas going and picking them up, and the fuel that they use to grind them up. So it reduces my carbon footprint, reduces my cost, and overall is just as good as using the wood shavings. Now, for the hen house, I won't be using these because of the cedar in it. They were told that could cause issues for respiratory for the chickens. Where that's enclosed, I don't want to have any of those issues that could possibly creep up. Though, as I said, there's just a little bit of cedar when you think of everything that's mixed in. So in the hen house, I'll always use store-bought pellets or the shavings. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to this and get this all spread out in here. I think I forgot. Oh, let me turn. I think I forgot to iterate the point. Because there's so many different materials in this is good to compost with the chicken manure, because you're going to be getting a lot of micro elements and that all the different trees need. You're not just going to be getting what a single tree has. So it's really adding to the amount of ingredients that you put into your, or I should say diversifies the ingredients that you put into your compost. Anywho, back to it. So I almost got all of the chicken coop covered before I ran out. I definitely will bring in some more, but it's pretty thick right here. So I'm expecting the chickens will spread it out some more and get it thinned out. I didn't get any in this little run right here, which is okay. Everywhere else is covered good enough that I know they're not going to be walking in mud if we have more snowstorms and rainstorms through this spring. This will be perfect. So it was quite a workout getting all the wheelbarrows back here. It ended up being just under 10 wheelbarrow loads. I'm really happy with how it looks in the greenhouse. I think it's going to work great, and I'm really happy what it's doing here. It's super cheap. Can't ask for anything better than that. So for those of you who stuck around for the whole thing, I know it wasn't like that exciting, but it's exciting for me and hopefully for my chickens. So until next time, I hope everybody who's watching is doing well, and thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe and share. Thank you.